And so when it comes to self-sabotage, this is how I work with people. First, I want to just get a good assessment of what's going on. Both of us need to agree on reality. Hey, what are we working on? So a classic would be someone would say, "Oh, I really don't have time to do self-care. I don't have time to make a change, or it's just too dangerous. It's too risky for me to switch jobs right now. Even though I could be making more money, it would change my commute. I'd have to renegotiate my commuting patterns or picking up kids from daycare or whatever." And some people's lives are much more complex than others. So when you see someone who's kind of a hot mess, just know they might have a lot more going on. They might have a lot more trauma when they were younger, and they might, because of those patterns and the way they interact with people, their life now might be very challenging. So I want to always acknowledge someone's right to feel the way they feel. We call that an acknowledgement and a validation, or an empathetic reflection. Yes, wow, that sounds really hard. Now, the mistake people will make is they'll use a macro way to validate people. They'll say, "Well, yeah, man, you got little kids. I mean, God, you're working, you have kids. That's a lot. I mean, that's, it sucks to get divorced. Yeah, great. You didn't validate them. You gave them some truth, but they're not worried about how everybody else is feeling. They're not worried about everybody else's self-care. They're in pain right now. So I'm going to come in, and whatever level I'm doing this, if you're doing this with your teenage kid that's got anxiety, if you're coaching up a direct report, if you're a life coach, if you're a yoga therapist, if you're a counselor, a psychotherapist, a pastor, it doesn't matter. We want to reflect back and individualize an empathetic approach to why their specific circumstances are really hard. And we want to gain that favor, right? Acknowledge, validate. Then I want to let them kind of download some more and learn more. I need to know what the actual reality is, because I'm going to challenge the "I don't have time," right? I can't let you say "I don't have time" and then you have a heart attack in your 60s, right? You've got to find time if you want to live a good life. What are your actual goals, And if things aren't congruent within your goals and your self-care patterns, we've got work to do, and that's cool. So, if it just feels, I'm listening for victim language. I'm listening for, "Oh, this feels totally hopeless," and I want to start to kind of feel out, when does the energy shift towards the low hanging fruit. I say, what could you do today that would help you do this? And they'll say, "Well, I have a gym membership." Great. When could you go? "Well, I think I could go tomorrow, or I think I could go today," or whatever. Or maybe some people have different levels of closure. Some people like to make decisions and they like to think about it a lot. Other people get more closure when they do things. So someone in that situation might say, "I know I have a gym membership. There's 2 locations close to us. I'm going to find out when they have babysitting, and I'm going to find a yoga class or a body pump class that's timed with babysitting." And they might, their tiny action, their next tiny action might just be to get some information gathering. Whereas someone else who has complex closure, they might just want to go get a workout in. I went to the gym, I got on the elliptical, I did 20 minutes, right? So once I get to a place where we're seeing, there's low hanging fruit, there's opportunities, there's patterns of behavior we could take on, I'll say, "How do you feel now?" Once we build some hope into the pattern, we'll validate again, and this time we'll say, "Well, clearly you have the resources. Clearly, I mean, everybody deserves self-care. Everybody deserves to feel good. So I want to bring the energy up." And then what I want to do is say, "How do you feel now?" And knowing that you feel a little bit better, or you feel a little bit more powerful, or that things aren't hopeless, how would you choose to behave? "Well, maybe I would go to the gym 3 times this week." How would you feel if a week from now I made you text me and you said, "Hey, dude, I went to the gym 3 times this week"? They'd be like, "Oh, if I did that, I'd feel a lot better about myself." Okay, how do you feel now? What's our commitment? What's our accountability pattern?